Okay, now that you know more about the names of different parts of the instrument, the ukulele, the numbers of the strings, 1, 2, 3, 4 from high, working our way towards the ceiling is 4, and towards the floor, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's look at how you tune. And I highly, highly recommend, I have attached on this instrument here, I have my ukulele that has a high G. This small little tuner here, it's perfect because it clips on the headstock and I can just leave it there. And this is from Planet Waves, makes these small tuners, and I have one for each instrument. Then I don't have to constantly search for a tuner. And so it's an electronic tuner. It's really helpful to actually have that, because if you don't have a way of determining a starting pitch, it's really hard to tune. But I'll show you first, before we use the tuner, the old style, before they had these tuners, what you would do is you'd use a tuning fork, let's say, and I'm going to get in tune with the note A. Now, you want to get A working down, E, C, and G. The 5th fret of the 2nd string should match that. I notice it's a little bit off here. It's a little sharp, so I'm going to lower the string slightly. The high string and the 2nd string, I'm going to move counterclockwise to lower. So that's the same pitch. So it's really fine motion that you do, and typically you play the pitch you want to tune to. I'll go really low. This is really going to be out of tune. It's really flat. And just inch your way back up until the notes are the same. Now between the 2nd and 3rd string, it's actually the 4th fret of the 3rd string that matches the note E. You can hear that's really off. It sounds sharp. So I'm going to lower this by moving clockwise. The lowest 2 strings, to lower the pitch, you go clockwise if the string is wound on the right side of the tuning peg, which typically they are. So I fine tune, do adjustments until it's close. Then you're back to the 5th fret to tune the 4th string. Now this has a high G tuning. If I had a low G tuning, it would match the same register as the 3rd string, and it's not going to. It's going to be an octave different. But you can still tell that they're not quite right. And so what I actually do more commonly with the 4th string is, if I have the high string as a reference, the 2nd fret of the 4th string is going to match that. A little bit sharp. Now it's hard to tune by ear. It takes some practice. So there are great resources now using that tuner that I showed you, electronic tuner. And basically it lights up green when a note at any given pitch name is in tune. And it's red, either it tells you if it's sharp or flat, whether it's to the left of the note you're tuning to is flat, to the right that's sharp. So if I tune, now I'm going to use my tuner, I'm just looking at, here I have a little screen that I can see, and it's telling me the note A. Just like that, I'm in tune. I don't have to do that matching string, so much easier. Now I'm doing E, a little bit flat, just nudging it, like smallest little turn. Now I had matched the 3rd and the 2nd string, now I have to raise this 3rd string a little bit, so I'm going counterclockwise on that low string, the 3rd string. 4th string was a little flat too. Now the tuner is just telling me spot on, I'm right there in tune. Now if you don't want to get a tuner like this, another option too is there are smartphones that have apps, so you can just use your smartphone. I recommend the Pano Tuner is one that I have on my phone, and it is a great variation on I'll try to find it really quick here. I just bring out my iPhone. Pano Tuner, it's a free app, and there's the note name. As I play it, you'll see it's green there, and it just slides right or left. With this, you have to have the phone really close to the instrument and play the note a lot. The great advantage of if you do use this tuner here, it doesn't pick up sound, it actually picks up vibration of the wood. So there could be noise around in the room where you're trying to tune, and it's still going to work great. And it's very responsive, where I don't have to lay my phone on top of the instrument. But usually if you just put your phone either on your lap or nearby, it does work really well. So it's another option. The Pano Tuner app is fantastic. There are many others. That's one I recommend. Or this Planet Waves clip-on tuner is wonderful as well. So I hope that gives you a basic idea how to get tuned. The last thing I'll show you really quickly, I'm going to switch over. I have my low G tuning here. And I have another little tuner here. I'm just going to you just clip it on the top here, tighten it, and you can swivel the screen around. I'm going to put it in a way that I can see it. I put it like right by this second string tuning peg right off on the side here. This particular ukulele is a Ko Aloha tenor ukulele, and it has this crown shape for the headstock. And so it falls right in between the first little dip in the crown here. That's where I slide that in, and it works great. Now I'm just going to turn it on. I just hit a little button on the back, and I'm going to just quickly tune. And you'll hear when I get to the fourth string, it's just going to be an octave lower than the other instrument, because this is a low G tuning. So this note is low, and I use a wound string here. I'm good to go, just like that. Electronic tuners, so easy to use, they're very fast. And you notice as I was fine-tuning there, just about every time you pick up your ukulele, they tend to go out of tune. So you constantly have to retune. But I didn't tune anything more than just a millimeter one way or another. Just slightest little motions. Just keep that in mind as you tune the instrument, unless you're just changing strings or doing a radical tuning change or something. It's just tiny increments that you move to inch back in tune. And most commonly, when an ukulele just sits there not being played, it's going to go flat. The strings tend to go a little bit flat. They rarely would go sharp unless you're in a really cold room after being in a warm place. That can tighten up the strings a bit. So anyway, that's an introduction to how to tune. Now I'm ready for action.